taste, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, Casamigos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Running out of memory. No.
Oh, come on, man. What do you want?
Just trying to get an interview ahead of your match tonight.
Interview? I don't even know who I have a match up against.
It's Juice James.
Juice James? I don't even know who Juice James is. But you know what? That don't matter. Because I'm going to treat Juice James like every other opponent. I'm going to smack him up. I'm going to hit him with the Port Authority. 1, 2, 3, and I'm out of there, and it's on to the next one. Because I'm that freaking Rican, Mr. RPA, Rich Port Ayala. Attack!
Yo, 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 WWN Nation and thirsty people everywhere, it's your boy, the Pokemon Master, the crop top superstar, the fatty daddy Juice James. And we are here at Proving Ground. And I'm here to do just that, prove that I am the best, the rock star, thick thighs and lives. It's your boy, Juice James.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ambassador of the World Wrestling Network, Trevin Adams, joined by Full of Gimmicks own Zach Romero, and this is WWN Proving Ground.
Trevin, I am so excited to be here. We have got an unbelievable card ahead of us here. We got championship matches, we got grudge matches, and we got a debut here to start things off. I don't know where to start or where to begin.
Well, Zach, we saw Rich Port Ayala coming in with a heck of a lot of confidence in this matchup, but just at episode 8, big loss. Francisco Chiazzo, Rich Port Ayala, defeated by Gus de la Vega and Tokyo Monster Cahagas. Clearly, Rich is trying to pretend everything's okay, but can you imagine another loss here tonight for Rich?
Huge dent to the confidence level, there's no doubt.
Well, Zach Romero, I'm going to be honest, debut here for Juice James. I don't have a lot of background on Juice James. Seems like a rather interesting cat.
Now, Trevin, do I think Juice James could point out where Puerto Rico is on a map? No. However, do I know for a fact that this guy is the Pope of Pulp? He is stone cold pressed. This guy, strength unbelievable. I am so jazzed to see what Juice James can do here at the Proving Ground. This kid has all the potential in the world.
Definitely coming in here looking like he's in phenomenal shape as Juice James. Of course, Rich Port Ayala, big dude, 6'4", 240. Looks like Juice James, though, coming in about the same size. Maybe a little shorter, but looks like more muscle on Juice James.
Absolutely more muscle. That shirt that Juice James is wearing, That is a children's extra large, and it is barely covering that man's chest. He is stacked and ready. Look at that. Look at the guns on that guy. Oh, but he needs to take this a little more serious.
Yeah, it started off with a bit of a stalemate there, but I think Juice was jovial, but not anymore. Pushed it off Richport Ayala, and don't turn your back on your opponent. Ayala taking advantage.
Freaking Rican, not looking to be disrespected. Trevor, you pointed it out right at the start of the show here. Coming off a loss with what I'm sure he considered a dream team of himself and Francisco Chiazzo. A loss like that already starting to maybe have an effect on the confidence level. We got him in the pre-show interview. He seems to try to get, he's looking like he's trying to get back on that horse, but Juice James, pretty big obstacle in the way.
And if you're Juice James as well, making your debut here at WWN Proving Ground, you got a lot to lose if you don't win. Of course, if you're Richport Ayala, back to that point, coming off the loss, and you're trying to act like everything's all right. There's no Francisco Chiazzo here tonight. What an uppercut. Hopefully for Richport Ayala, move on past the whole issue with Gus de la Vega, and maybe a win here tonight against Juice James. Things could change.
Well, it's interesting you bring up de la Vega, because when you're in this business and you're an up-and-comer, you're really trying to leave your mark here in the ring, you want to just plow through as much talent as you can to really showcase where you are skill-wise. And when you get that popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth, that someone that you just got this rivalry with you can't get past, that can derail so much momentum. And we may be seeing that here with those two competitors.
Speaking of derailing momentum, you saw Richport Ayala tossing Juice James out of the ring just when Juice was starting to build some offense, and very unique setting. The WWN Training Center caught coming in is Juice James, and I was going to say, you've got the WWN faithful looking at you on one side, and you're kind of, it's almost like the Kumite, all the walls there, you got nowhere to go. On all the other side, and obviously, again, Richport Ayala knows how to take advantage, been a regular here on Proving Ground.
Well, one thing that I've noticed in seeing Richport Ayala in this ring, the explosive energy, the power that just explodes off this young man. You saw it right there. As soon as Juice James went to come back in, explosive energy. Going after the face here. Break it up before the 5. Just the absolute aggression that just can come out of nowhere. I feel like that is a huge, huge benefit in this young man's corner.
RPA definitely coming in with a chip on the shoulder since we've met him. A little over 6 years in the sport, but man who started training under the Amazing Red, been training under Tokyo Monster Gahagas recently, probably made RPA a little extra angry. Lost to his trainer from Thunder Championship Wrestling. And, again, not a lot of guys can say they debuted in Japan. Wrestle 1 in the case of Richport Ayala. Of course, Juice James right now caring less because you see firing up.
Trevin, you said it perfectly. Both these men have so much to prove in this Proving Ground match. Juice James trying to make this debut count. You got RPA, who's looking to make the comeback from the loss. And a cover here, but not enough.
Indeed, an attempt at a pin. I don't even think that was one, Zach. Message being sent by Juice James. And heck, speaking of messages, there's a message from Richport Ayala called, "I'm going to choke you again for 5 seconds."
Just dragging a grown man. Just dragging. How that has to deflate you a little bit. To be just drag. You're wearing a tiny shirt, you're ripped, and you get dragged over to the ropes just to get choked out. And then a chop for your troubles.
When Richport Ayala controls the pace of the matchup, I mean, you're seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. And Rich can dissect you, absolutely. Such a talented young man here, but as you pointed out, Juice James coming in with the athletic goods, and I know he's gotten some big wins elsewhere in the sport. Can that translate to WWN?
Certainly looking to make a name for himself here. Big drop kick. He's got the tools, he's got the talent, but does he have the discipline to capitalize? That is the question.
That athleticism on display of Juice James had gotten out of the way of Richport Ayala, and now it's an opportunity for James to show, hey, I'm on the offense.
Hey, come on!
We're going to have some hamburger meat here on both chests. Oh, return fire from Richport Ayala.
Did I miss the memo somewhere? Is this the John Davis Memorial episode? What is going on here? Ooh, chops aplenty!
Rich coming right back and just taking down Juice James. Beautiful back suplex. Is this going to be enough, Zach?
Ooh, much closer that time. No message being sent. And Trevin, between you and I, if a grown man slapped me on the chest and it made that kind of sound, I am 100% confident telling you I would leave and literally never come back. That is on another level of pain, and the fact that these two are just throwing these bombs at each other just shows how tough they both are.
You're seeing the toughness of Juice James. Trying to get the kick up, but Rich got out of the way. Thought for a second James was going to get back up in things, but now the pin. Not enough, but to your point, Zach, cannot argue. Both men, tough as nails here, been throwing everything they have at one another. Heck of a way to start off WWN Proving Ground.
Well, one of the things that I love about the Proving Ground is when we can put two athletes in a similar weight class, similar body structure, in a match together to really put to the test who is the better wrestler. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Both these guys, very similar build, very similar strength. It comes down to who wants it more and who's got more to prove.
But right now, Ayala flew into the turnbuckle, but the damage has been done as well to Juice James. You can see James can't even get up to take advantage.
We're somewhat of a stalemate, as it were, right now. These two trying to get vertical, trying to get back into the driver's seat for momentum.
And somehow both men back to their feet, but it's James catching Ayala in the corner. Ooh, what a knee. And DDT.
Wow. Such impact. The roll through and everything. Juice James, very impressive showing thus far. Again, can he capitalize?
That Shining Wizard rocking Bridgeport Ayala, and Ayala showed up saying, I don't even know who my opponent is. Well, this is what happens when you don't do your homework. James in control.
The kip up, the crop top off, and now it's business time.
Lariat. Rocking Ayala. Could be the end. No, 2 count only. Credit to Bridgeport Ayala.
I'm not sure RPA knows where he is, but the instincts kicked in, and that's all that matters.
Well, the Famouser connects. And you can see right here, Juice James, man, on a roll, has gotten the momentum in his favor. This has to be the end. Ayala still in it, Zach.
The freaking Rican is that good and that tough, and when he sets his mind to something, it's like a tractor beam. So I'm not totally surprised that he's been able to kick out thus far, but there's only so much gas in the tank. And if Juice James can just hang on a little longer, he may have the upset here.
Well, unfortunately for Juice James, Ayala not only caught James coming in with that boot, but immediately was able to capitalize. Albeit I'm not sure why Rich is arguing with official Billy Grace.
It's a distraction. You got to stay focused on your opponent. You can't get your head caught up in what's going on with the crowd, what's going on with the ref. But look at the focus here on that suplex.
Well delivered. Following into the pin. Hook in the leg, perhaps. But Juice James showing tenacity.
I will begrudgingly give credit to the training of Francisco Chiazzo. The transitioning here from huge move into pinfall from RPA has been incredibly impressive. We are seeing him literally get better.
Port Authority connects. Could be the end. And it is.
Wow. He keeps getting better every single time we see him. Just unbelievable work from RPA. Impressive from both competitors, but RPA back on the winning side and looking to conquer whoever's next in his path.
Still a heck of a debut for Juice James, but good luck, Michael James. You're going to have to talk to Bridgeport Ayala.
Drew the short straw.
Rich, once again, victorious here in singles action here at Proving Ground. Showing once again why Mr. RPA is a force to be reckoned with. Anything you want to add?
You said it. I didn't even have to say it. You said it. I am a force to be reckoned with right here in WWN. And I'm going to keep saying it time and time again. WWN is all Bridgeport Ayala. When you think of WWN, you think of this freaking region.
Can't take anything away from the confidence of Rich Port Ayala.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
My pocket's better. And $2, they gotta pay you more, man.
Che Guzman just tried to rob the cameraman, and then complained about how much money the cameraman had.
I don't know if he's an opportunist or just a man of the people. He wants better pay for the help here. I don't know. It's a tough call to make.
It's a little bit of a spin there, yeah. And you can see here Michael James could be getting assaulted as well. Little mugging. Thanks for all the help there, Billy Grace.
Well, Billy's just here to call it to the middle. He's not here to save anybody.
Yeah, well, now Billy's getting accosted. Gus de la Vega, we already mentioned it earlier, Zach, coming off a big win tag team action. It was Gus de la Vega and Tokyo Monster Cajegas defeating Francisco Chiazzo, Rich Port Ayala back in episode 8. We've mentioned before Thunder Championship Wrestling, and really from the perspective of especially somebody like Gus de la Vega who debuted in January 2006. It's like graduate school plus when it comes to taking the time to train under the tutelage of a Tokyo Monster Cajegas, and that is the kinds of things that makes the difference between the athletes who get to a little bit of ring time, think they know what they're doing, go out there, and guys like Gus de la Vega, over 16 years in the sport and taking it seriously.
Here's how good Gus de la Vega is. Gus has got the goods. Let's just get that out of the way right now. But Gus is so good, he makes me side-eye wrestlers that I already side-eye even more so, because he is the proof in the pudding. Because you said it perfectly. I can't tell you the amount of wrestlers who graduate wrestling school and then they just kind of wipe their hands and go, all right, well, I never have to worry about training ever again. No. This is an ever-evolving sport. This is something where you want to continue to get better, continue to sharpen the tools, and Gus de la Vega is the textbook example of that.
Che tosses Gus into the corner, and Gus tried to put on the brakes but was caught by Big Che Guzman, and you can see Chase just trying to muscle up Gus de la Vega, and does. Hell of a gut buster there.
I mean, we are talking about a fairly big size difference between Che Guzman and Gus de la Vega. Che's a big guy. He's got a lot of power. However, Gus has... It's one of those sayings, Gus has probably forgotten more things in wrestling than Che or most of this roster will ever learn. That's how long Gus has been at this and how good he is. But there's nothing to be said about a kick in the pills that's, a great equalizer in many men's eyes.
Taking advantage of the official not seeing it, but Gus de la Vega gets out of the way of Guzman. Speed on display of De La Vega, but back to that strength. However, the counter, beautiful flying head scissors. Taking out the knee.
The intensity. De La Vega on fire here. He is not messing around.
You think about it this way. Again, De La Vega has held championships all over the sport, to your point, continuing to evolve with the sport, but now Guzman catching, again, escape by De La Vega. That's exactly what Gus De La Vega needs to do.
De La Vega is not the kind of talent that you're just going to be able to muscle through, all your problems. De La Vega is constantly thinking, constantly tweaking the plan, tweaking the moveset. You got to try to outthink him. You can't just outstrengthen him.
Yeah, and is that Port Ayala? What the hell?
Whoa! What did I say? The popcorn kernel. The rival of all rivalries right here. These two, unfinished business.
Yeah, but right now, Guzman getting back to his feet, and while De La Vega's jaw-jacking with Ayala inside of the ring, I think something was thrown into Guzman.
I certainly don't think Guzman suddenly got a hernia. What's he got there?
Oh, taken out. Could have been brass knucks. Not sure. Official has no clue. Not like this. You're kidding me. Just when I thought things were over between Port Ayala and Gus De La Vega, here's RPA getting involved in yet another match from Gus De La Vega with an absolute assist here for Guzman. This is despicable.
Trevin, something has got to give between these two. They are in each other's way. They are absolutely destroying the momentum of each one's trying to build. Something has got to give between these two.
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Tonight, Brian Atomic gets to redeem himself. I get another chance at the ACW Cruiserweight Championship. And last time Alex Ty, when we faced off against each other, Brian Atomic slipped up. You got lucky. But I told you, next time it'll be a lot different. Because when we go inside that ring one more time, Brian Atomic will be the one standing tall. Brian Atomic will be the one walking away the new ACW Cruiserweight Champion. Because I am Atomic.
I'm back at Proving Ground tonight. Once again, the ACW Cruiserweight Championship is being defended because I need to live up to the great champions that have held this belt before me. Brian Atomic, I beat you the first week of Proving Ground, and tonight it will be no different because I am the Fang of the Kimeryu Dojo, and I have black belt spirit that'll ooze all over you. I'll see you out there.
A big opportunity here for Brian Atomic. Coming off a win himself at episode 8, a triple threat. Can that translate here tonight?
Trevin, a powerful flash, a surge of heat, a huge shock burst, and a cloud of smoke. That is Brian Atomic. A strange amount of confidence, a strange amount of aggression. Hard to get into this character's head. And are we looking at an unhinged future Cruiserweight champion?
Hey, Atomic's definitely a perfectionist on his own planet. Sometimes the insane win. We've seen it with John Strange before, so what'll happen here tonight? The growth we have seen from this young man in American Combat Wrestling over the last year and a half, 2 years. Astounding, and it culminated back at WWN Super Show Battle of the Belts 2021, defeating then ACW Cruiserweight champion Bobby Flacco to get atop the mountain. And Alex Todd has been a defending champion, taking that belt everywhere. You've already heard, defeating Brian Atomic quite a few months ago. Much different Atomic at the time, but episode 8, Tone Felix pushed Alex Todd to the limit. Very competitive match. I dare say destination viewing for after you get done watching this evening here, ladies and gentlemen. But right now the question is, how different is this Brian Atomic, Zach?
We talked about it earlier in the show. It's about trying to outthink your opponent sometimes. It's not about muscle. It's not about technique. It's sometimes just trying to out-strategize your opponent. And when you're going up against a guy like Atomic, it feels near impossible at times. He's got his own plan, his own play style. It's hard to get a good grip on him. And you can see Alex Todd here attempting to literally get a grip on him, but Atomic able to slip out. You put it perfectly, Trevin. This guy's on another planet.
Right now, both men jockeying for position. Atomic going on about 4 years in the sport. Alex Todd over twice that. But these men have ran many of the same roads when it comes to various folks that they've had opportunities to train under, to learn under. So you got to think that there's a certain background. Oh, wait, pin! Oh, man. Smart move by the challenger here, but I was going to say, you got to think that there's certain things about the two. They're going to know about one another, but you got to give the experience edge to Alex Todd here. I really think that may be the difference maker, Zach.
It's an excellent point. And in a setup like this, both competitors looking to really prove something here. Obviously, Alex Todd, as you pointed out, fighting champion. Got to add another one to the list here. Brian Atomic looking to really burn everything if necessary to get that belt around his waist. When you're this equally matched, sometimes something like experience can absolutely be the difference maker here.
Both men still jockeying for position. I've truly been impressed by what I've seen thus far in this matchup, Zach, from both Atomic and the champion, Alex Todd. Albeit now I just saw Atomic pulling at the face.
Again, that crazed desperation. It's a chaotic chess match thus far. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, hell of a drop kick. And another from Alex Todd. Showing that athleticism.
You know, I remember seeing Alex Todd in the... oh, wait a minute.
Pin.
I remember seeing Alex Todd in the previous era of the Proving Ground. Still trying to find his footing, still trying to find his confidence. To see how he has transformed here, it's like almost like seeing a completely different wrestler. This kid has so much talent, so much toughness, and to get that win for the championship off of the likes of Bobby Flacco, huge anyway. And to show that it wasn't a fluke, just overall super impressive with Todd here, and I want to see how far this kid can really go.
Yeah, the battle here continuing. Brian Atomic trying to do what he can as the challenger to stop the champ, but those chops definitely had an effect on Atomic. Of course, there's a handful of hair, and the official sees it. And clearly was not going to be a clean break, but backfired on Brian Atomic.
I was just about to mention that for as unhinged as Atomic may be, still cognizant enough to try to break it at 5 potentially. But look at this here.
Ooh, pin.
Atomic looking to create some space between him and the champ here.
And Todd lands on his feet, hits the forearm on Atomic. Atomic is prone. Coming up, over, and I think was thinking Lucha arm drag, but credit to Atomic holding onto the ropes. And what do we have here? Ooh.
Atomic putting the brakes on hard and then dropping the knee even harder. That could be the difference maker here.
And you see Alex Todd showing the effects there, and losing a limb can make all the difference, like you just said, Zach. And Atomic clearly has a plan now. He's got a target on the champion to go after.
Ooh, there's the old adage of sharks smelling blood in the water, but Atomic's the kind of shark that will create his own blood in the water in order to smell it. He dropped the knee on that arm, and now he has created his own target on Alex Todd.
We saw an attempt at some signs of life from Todd, but stopped immediately by Atomic, who's back to that arm, using the ring as a weapon, and just about every second of that 5 count as well.
Every second counts literally in something underhanded like that. And again, going right back to work.
Yeah, twisting that arm here, get the key lock. And the situation for Alex Todd has changed greatly in this matchup. And, you know, we often talk about the champion's advantage, but Alex Todd is the last guy I think would ever take a count out or a disqualification to maintain a championship. So we're going to learn a lot about the guts of an Alex Todd as this goes on when it comes to how to fight off losing a limb.
Alex Todd absolutely cares about the legacy of this championship far too much to try to get a get out of jail free card, such as a disqualification win to keep the title. But look at the strength, one-armed and all.
Atomic, though, was able to fight off and go right back to that arm. And you got to give the credit to Brian Atomic here, having the target, and the champion's trying to fight off Atomic, but Atomic refusing to let go, right back onto the arm.
Wow. Not just finding the target, making the target, creating the opportunity, and now throwing every bit of offense he's got to focus squarely on that arm. Wow!
Somehow, Alex Todd digging deep, able to force Atomic off, but still showing not just the effects of the damage that's been done, but look, neither athlete is getting up quick. The 10 count's being applied.
Alex Todd, the proverbial one-armed man in a championship contest here. Trying to get some feeling back in the limbs, back to a vertical position, both men up, both men fired up.
The champion, though, one arm and all. House of Fire hits the heel kick. Educated feet on display. Ooh. And that's the problem. You're kind of forced to use the limb, right?
Absolutely. Alex Todd attempting to improv his way out of this situation, using his whole body as a weapon. Brian Atomic looks like he's in serious trouble.
Saito suplex folds up Atomic. Now the question is, can the champion get over to get the 3? If Alex could have got there sooner, pin. No. 2.5, and I was already saying the point. I really think if Alex could have got there sooner, that might have been enough, but instead here, so much damage done. Atomic had that moment that Atomic needed to recover.
Absolutely. And again, in this type of situation, that moment can make all the difference. And now, Alex Todd attempting to rethink the strategy here with literally one arm down, and Atomic again going back to the work shed.
Champion keeps trying to escape, keeps trying to have counters for the counters, but I've been impressed by Brian Atomic, not only staying on the arm, but having counters of his own. And this armbar here, this is bad for the champion.
Going into this match, I was not expecting to see this kind of technical prowess from Atomic. But Trevin, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this weirdo came in with a battle plan. Atomic,
counter into the pin.
Own weight being used against him there.
And you're seeing the champion, Alex Todd, resourceful. And maybe one arm was thinking I was going to try to toss him again, but unfortunately, it's just not so easy one-armed.
I would say Brian Atomic.
Schoolboy.
Foot on the ropes! Foot on the ropes! You gotta be kidding me!
You've got to be kidding me. Highway robbery here, Zach Romero.
Controversial is an understatement, but however we got here, we are officially in the atomic age of the Cruiserweight division. Unbelievable.
For a championship reign by Alex Todd that's been so impressive, you've got Brian Atomic showing his own growth. And we've seen it right here, WWN Proving Ground. And now standing atop the Cruiserweight division of American Combat Wrestling, it's Brian Atomic.
Alex Todd has nothing to be ashamed of. He's been a hell of a champion.
Had the arm not been caught of Todd, you got to think it would have been a different result.
Had to be. Had to be. And now the showing of disrespect from the new champion. Disgusting.
And Alex Todd taking the higher road. But lucky us, time to hear from Brian Atomic.
Congratulations on winning your first ACW Cruiserweight Championship. How's it feel? It feels atomic! I said it ever since Alex Todd got lucky enough to beat me last time, that I will not make the same mistake. You see, Brian Atomic has been improving guard every single week, getting better and better, while Alex Todd was sitting at home being a little placeholder until Brian Atomic gets his rematch and gets his ACW Cruiserweight Championship. And tonight, that is exactly what happened. So anybody else who thinks that they can hang with Brian Atomic, well, guess what? You can't. You're not good enough, and you're not atomic. Brian Atomic's your new Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, a bit of revisionist history there from Brian Atomic, but the result is the reality, Zach. Our brand new ACW Cruiserweight champion here, Brian Atomic.
We may not like it, but we got to live with it, Trevin.
You know what? Tonight wasn't my night. Brian Atomic, you got one over on me. But I just want to let you know that I'm not done. That ACW Cruiserweight Championship is mine. And I'm going to chase you to the ends of the earth until I get that championship back. It doesn't matter what dirty tactics you throw at me next time. I'm coming out on top.
Everywhere we go, we hear, how do I become a professional wrestler? How do I get into the business? Now's your chance. The WWNTC is the place to be.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock.
It goes beyond just wrestling in the ring. We teach you fitness, nutrition, and everything in between, even developing your own unique wrestling persona, and then we get you on shows after you're done with your training.
I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing. All here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough as...
Come see Proving Ground live every Friday night at Richey Racquetball and Sports Club in Port Richey, Florida at 7 p.m. Step inside the new WWN Training Center for an experience like no other. Proving Ground is a night of fun for the whole family. Tickets are available at the door and seating is limited. Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Are you guys ready? It is time for the main event of the evening. It is scheduled for one fall. It is a Texas Tornado Lumberjack match. Introducing first.
Zach, this has been a long time coming. You can see our Lumberjacks coming out now, including the brand new ACW Cruiserweight champion. Be a little bit of a different setting here from the perspective of, like we talked about earlier, the way the ring is laid out. Lumberjacks will be on the corners of the one side, making sure that nobody runs away. The other three walls will do the rest of the job.
Trevor, you bring up a great point. This could be the most efficient Lumberjack match that has ever been in existence.
Your name is Michael James. You know what my daddy always told me? Never trust a guy with two first names. Anyways, my name is Eric Curtis. And I represent Connor McKenzie, Winston Bentley III, financially stable!
Asking important people, go ahead! Go ahead! Let me hear you! I don't care!
To introduce these men, myself, so don't even try it!
There ain't nothing from you, losers! Oh, baby!
And their opponents.
What an atmosphere here. The WWN Training Center. As Benjy, Neptune, and Bud Heavy make their way to the ring.
Let's go!
Again, this has been a long time coming, and Benjy, Bud Heavy, saw episode 7, thought they had their opportunity to finally get their hands off Financially Stable taking the count out. Of course, these guys fought all the way into the street, and Eric Curtis, the only reason that Financially Stable got away, jumping into a warm running car.
Very true, very true. As I rambled incoherently about earlier, there are sometimes rivalries in wrestling that can completely derail the trajectory of a talent, and we are seeing a rivalry just like that here. Financially Stable, perhaps saved by Eric Curtis, or just, in other words, running with their tail between their legs. Thanks to Heavy Time here, putting the beat down on him. This is all personal. You don't ask your peers in the back to hold everyone in the ring if this thing isn't personal.
Yeah, I don't know what chaos we have here, and Winston Bentley III's up on the top. Oh, caught by Benjy Neptune, though. Again, Texas Tornado Lumberjack match. All 4 athletes can be in the ring at the same time. Lumberjacks are there to keep the athletes in the ring, and what is this? Wow! Benjy Neptune suplexing Winston Bentley the third, taking out all the Lumberjacks. Connor McKay. This is madness.
Trevin, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really think how wild and crazy a one-sided Lumberjack match could be, but this is absolute pandemonium here at Proving Ground.
Yeah, now Benjy's heading to the top. What is Benjy going to do? Diving in again, taking out everybody. You know, in episode 8, it was Benjy and Bud buying tickets, sitting right in the front, causing Financially Stable to lose a match against Puma Johnson, Chris Malachite, and these guys got right back into it, picking up where they left off at episode 7, and really there was just no choice. This was the idea, the Texas Tornado Lumberjack match, get it in the ring, let these guys go at it, and I think we are finally getting all 4 athletes in the ring as Juice James pushing in Winston Bentley III. I think Eric Curtis is having a literal cow outside of the ring.
Ooh, well put. And well-placed elbow drop from one half of Heavy Time here.
And don't forget, back episode 6, Bud Heavy, we still pretty much have the smoking gun in the hands of the Financially Stable, making it so Bud Heavy missing the event. Benjy having to go 1-on-2 against Financially Stable. And, you know, Benjy fought hard, man, but 2-on-1 the numbers game. And that boot right there, well done by Winston Bentley. You can see Bud, oh crap, on the face of Bud Heavy. And now the roll-up here.
No.
It'll be a very disappointing way for this thing to end. Coming to a head finally, Heavy Time. Financially Stable in our main event here. Ooh, right.
Wow.
Good God, rocking Winston Bentley, and I don't think anybody's going to cry for Argentina in this case. Oh!
Good thing Financially Stable's loaded because they're going to need a good dental plan.
They're going to need not just a good dental plan, but who knows, chiropractor and a heck of a lot of other damage. But Lariat, well delivered by Connor McKay. He's a tough dude, low center of gravity, rocking Bud Heavy, and could it be broken up by Benjy Neptune?
See Eric Curtis attempting to get a little renewed vigor in Winston Bentley as his partner is doing somewhat of the heavy lifting with Heavy Time right now.
Since Benjy and Bud coming together, it really started off first facing off. Oh, raking at the face, and in this kind of a setting, that's okay. Benjy just in trouble.
With this many elements, Trevin, you can't go with a traditional DQ. You got to kind of let these guys just get this out of their system as Bud getting sent hard to the outside.
Again, as this continues, you just can see here how personal things are.
Ugly would be the way I would describe this. Financially Stable really putting the work in on Benjy Neptune, and Bud Heavy almost being forced to watch here every time he tries to get in. Wow.
Benjy Neptune just showing. Benjy, man, the heart of Benjy. We saw it in display at episode 6, fighting from underneath, but so good is Financially Stable, and I think this could be the end. Winston stopping Bud, but somehow Benjy gets the shoulder up.
Even Bud, a moment too late there, but Benjy showing that toughness, showing that heart. And Heavy Time has really got to get their ducks in a row here. Financially Stable, so good, so smooth together as a team.
Well, and that's it. That's where Financially Stable is definitely at their best. They are a unit, and really this rivalry goes back to Financially Stable trying to show off and claim they were the best singles as well, and both losing respective matches to Bud Heavy and Benjy Neptune. And you know, when things were about to get out of hand, a 2-on-1 type beatdown, the other came to help. It was Bud saving Benjy, and I mean, that's the thing with this is, ooh, Winston flying into the corner, and now Connor McKay as well. Unit, totally different game, right, Zach?
Absolutely. It's the difference between a team that has trained together since day one and has had the same sort of philosophy and same plans for wrestling.
That 2 count only again.
The confidence is not unearned from Financially Stable, I'll say that.
And now Bud Heavy coming back into the ring. Throwing those right hands. Gotta wonder what kind of pre-gaming you were getting from Bud Heavy. which is interesting because one of the tag teams outside of the ring is the Pre-Gamers. See them debut here soon at WWN Proving Ground. But now Bud Heavy taken down. And that unit again, like we talked about. It doesn't concern you.
Trevin, I'll be honest, this is not going how I was expecting it would. I thought that Financially Stable was going to try to pull whatever tricks they could out of their sleeves, but they came in here, ruthless aggression here, going up against Heavy Time. This is not how I was expecting this at all.
Boom, take it down. Assisted Tiger Driver, pinfall, but somehow Benjy gets the shoulder up.
Yeah, but Trevin, how much more can this guy take? He has eaten so much damage.
Adrenaline's flowing. In fact, Benjy throwing those forearms and elbows here. You got the entire WWN faithful behind Benjy Neptune, and I really think it's translating here.
It's like Benjy and Bud can't get on the same page here. They have these bursts of adrenaline, bursts of action, and again, the giant boot right in the mush.
And trying to get into the pinfall there. I think Winston was getting a little too nonchalant. The pin broken up by Bud. And what happened for sure was you had Benjy Neptune focused on Connor McKay, Winston Bentley III, got things sized up, hit the big boot again, and as you pointed out, had there not been showboating, really truly could have been the end here. Financially Stable would have been victorious.
100%. 100%. And now, again, you got to watch out for those big meat hooks from Bud Heavy.
And as much as Financially Stable make it incredibly hard to like them, you got to appreciate what they can do.
Doesn't have to be pretty. It's effective. Wow.
The Canadian Destroyer, but big spear from Benjy Neptune, take it out. Winston Bentley.
Trevin, I know you're a man who appreciates a well-done spear, and we got another one.
This time it's Connor McKay, and all four athletes down. Eric Curtis.
Both teams putting it on the line here, Trevin. This isn't even for...
Wait, hold on. Do you hear this?
What? Wait.
Eric Curtis is paying off the Pre-Gamers and Brian Atomic and encouraging them to leave.
Wait. Eric Curtis is dismantling our Lumberjack setup?
You got half of them, and there's the other half. Rafael Delgado, Juice James, Nick Quinones chasing after, trying to get those guys to come back. But the result is no one's outside of the ring.
This is completely falling apart here. This is the whole purpose of the setup, was to cage these animals in together. What?
And right now, it's all four athletes getting back at it, and I think the goal indeed was to keep Bud, Benjy, Financially Stable in the ring together, and I don't think Bud or Benjy are going to let Financially Stable get away at this point.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot let them out of your sight. You have to be on top of them and lay that offense in, because as soon as they escape, it's all over. They're out of sight, out of mind, and we saw them escape, just an episode ago. So, wow!
Yeah, Spinebuster, Power Slam, Pitfall. Both members of Financially Stable kick out.
Doubling the attempt there, but still not enough to keep that team down.
And Eric Curtis is back.
Huh?
What the hell?
What? Trevin, what is going on?
I am at a loss. Bud just took out Benjy, and what the... No. Pile driver.
Oh my God. What? Have we seen Bud Heavy sell his soul?
Financially Stable wins.
Trevor, what the hell is going on?
I am truly at a loss. Bud Heavy with financially stable. How did this happen?
I don't know what they brought in to buy off Bud Heavy, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for this, Bud.
Bud continuing the attack here on Benjy. We need some help down here.
We need the Lumberjacks.
Well, clearly Eric Curtis had the plan. He got rid of the Lumberjacks. Oh, come on, stop.
This is disgusting, Trevin. I cannot believe how this is completely broken down. And I can't get over Bud Heavy turning his back on a teammate like this.
Finally, there's John Strange, Stephen Frick. Somebody coming down to break this up.
What are you doing, Frick? Stay out of our business. Come on, let's go.
I am blown away here, Zach Romero. Any parting thoughts?
Never in a million years would I thought Bud Heavy would turn his back like this. Bud's always been a pal. He's always been, you know, an everyman in the locker room. And to turn his back on his partner like this, just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, thankfully we had John Strange and Stephen Frick come stop that mugging. But nevertheless, for Zach Romero, I'm Trevin Adams. Thanks for joining us. WWNLive.com for all things World Wrestling Network. See you next time on WWN Proving Ground.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah, Forrest, what a good. Wait, hold on. Chill. I ain't got time for you right now. Get out of here. Yeah, listen. Frank is on his way. He's coming. Comes right now, right? Yeah, he's coming back. He will be so happy.
Well, did you hear what Gus said?
How's he still talking with a broken jaw?
What did Gus say, man? Just tell me.
He challenged you to a match next week, and he told you to bring those brass knuckles with you.
It's okay. It's okay because this is part of the plan. Gus Money, I got your attention. You know why? Because I didn't forget what happened in our last match. Last week. You know that tag match we had? I give it to you. I give you your credit. You got me in that one, but I'm not going to stay hit. So this is why this plan happened. So I can get your attention. And guess what? I got it. You want me again? You want the brass knuckles? I will bring the brass knuckles. And I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to beat you. Because that's what I do. Attack.